Our final video of the night, Queen Sugar, the season finale, season 1, episode 13, entitled "Give Us This Day." Before I begin the review, I want to say a special shout out to my sister from another mister, who, without her help and her encouragement, some of these reviews would not be possible right now for me. I went through some changes. I had a guardian angel on my team that made sure that she said and did everything that she possibly can to make sure that I continue to be great for you all. So shout out to my sister from another mister from Detroit. She know who she is when she see this. Thank you so much, baby girl. You just don't know. Girl, everybody need a friend like you. You know, we met here, but God got a way of bringing people together. And I thank God that He brought me, you, at a time where I needed a friend and I needed a real friend. So thank you and shout out to her. Because y'all would not see these reviews come out like this. I probably would have just by now just said fuck it, I just do videos when I want to. She's been very encouraging, and she does the behind the scene work to make sure her sister from the NO is always good. So shout out again, much love, and thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Now, if y'all wasn't into this show, I don't know what the hell to tell y'all. Queen Sugar is good. Now, I do have a playlist. I know my channel, how it's constructed now, how it look. You have to click uploads. But right up under the uploads tab, before you click on that, it's playlist. And every review that I have ever done is in its separate. I got them separated. I got all of my Atlanta Housewives reviews there, all of my Empire reviews. Y'all know I didn't do Empire this year, but I have done them in the past. My Love and Hip Hops are there. My Too Close to Homes, my Huns, Have Nots, my If Loving You Is Wrong, and I have a playlist of all of the episodes that I have reviewed of Queen Sugar. So if anybody has missed any of those reviews, feel free to go down there in the playlist and try to get your life down there, because I give it, honey. I try my best to give it. Now, this show was very good. It was very good. I don't too much care for how it ended, because it was kind of like, what's going to, But I guess that's the purpose of a finale episode. It leaves you with a cliffhanger so you'll come back. Even if they had given us more drama, I still would have come back, because this was a very, very good show. It takes place in my neck of the woods, so I was able to identify with a lot of the places and a lot of the things that were going on. The storylines were damn near perfect. Ava and Oprah outdid themselves, and the actors and actresses that brought this to the screen for us. I can't say anything but kudos to each and every one of y'all, especially Kofi. Cause you better come through, Chocolate Thunder, honey. And you gave it to us too, because this episode started off with him and Dawn-Lyen in that shower, baby. And when I tell you they was giving me a flash, child, they was giving me flashes. That was some serious. Ooh, child, just the passion alone. You hear what I'm saying? Sometimes it ain't necessarily about the pound game. It's the shit that leads up to that. Child, he was serving. You hear what I'm saying? Ain't nothing like that pretty chocolate skin. Well, after all of that go on, he goes to peep at Lil Ralph Angel Blue, and he's fast asleep in his bed. So the next scene takes us over to Charley, and she going to see Wes. She playing the Michael in trouble card to try to get him to agree to, signing with the Spartans, and also I think that's what they were, the Spartans, I'm not certain, but you can correct me down in that clean panty section down there if you feel so inclined if I'm wrong. But she trying to convince him to do that, because see, that's gonna put a little extra something in her pocket, and she got something that she planning on doing in reference to the farm, so that's important. He's saying, well, let's meet up later so that I can try to talk to him. Well, as she's leaving Wes's apartment, hotel room, she called Lena, because apparently Lena ain't took her threat, seriously. She don't believe that Nova will, not Nova, but Charley will expose what really was going on with Wes and his teammates. She tell her, girl, you know what, you think I'm bullshitting, but okay, you gonna mess up your husband's career. It seemed like it, so we'll see if I'm bullshitting or not. Because if I don't get what I asked, which is for him to sign with the Spartans as well, which will guarantee Wes being here, then you can guarantee that I'm going to destroy that career. And she told her, I don't think you know who you're playing with. She don't know. We see Too Sweet. He getting ready to leave. I don't remember if it was Charleston or where he's headed out, but he's headed to go to school and start his new life. Now that those charges are dropped, he can move forward with his life more comfortably. Nova is, there saying goodbye to him. She gave him a care package that includes, I believe, some marijuana weed, some marijuana plants, and she tell him that she know he's not gonna let her down, because he's saying he gonna make her proud. She says she know that. So he's off to go have his life and maybe start anew after all that drama that he went to. Now Calvin done called Nova, and she's sitting at her computer, and he wanna see her. She tell him that does she have a choice, joking and stuff. He tell her to come outside, and she come out that door, and immediately they're embracing. He tell her he want to do things differently this time with her. That includes being able to go out to dinner, go out dancing in public, have a good time, and she seems to be on board with that. Now we see Micah and Charley and Wes meeting up, and Wes telling Micah that he is their number one priority, regardless of what went on between him and his mother. They both will work collectively to make sure that he's okay, and he wants to be a part of his life. Now Micah is sitting there the whole time with the look of what the fuck, So Wes asked him, well, why you not saying anything? He said, because I don't want to be here. I don't believe you. You don't care about me. You don't care about Mom. Charley tells him to just hear his dad out. He says he don't want to hear it out. Micah got a mouth on him. I told y'all that before, but Wes tell him that, regardless of what's going on here, you need to be respecting that woman right there. And I that was the one time since we encountered Wes Davis that I actually, what is this, David West, or whatever that child, whatever his name is, y'all know who he is. But I had to agree with him. Regardless of how you feeling, you never lose respect for your mother. Young people don't seem to understand that. They think they can say whatever the hell it is they want to say. But in this day and age, doing that is very disrespectful. It may be the thing that you young folks do, but remember, you got old school parents that will knock what I like to call the hell out of you if you don't learn how to get your mouth right. Now, Charley is basically saying that give Wes an opportunity to prove himself, As they saying that, here comes the owner of the Spartans. Charley's a crafty cookie, believe that. He pitched the idea of Wes coming down there to play for his team, offering him a decent salary and telling him with the support of Micah and Charley, he should be well received, unlike what he thinks will happen to Wes if he chooses to go up to the New York team, where he may not get the warm reception that he would get up there, because everybody is still reeling off of that, that scandal that went on, okay? Now, Remy come to see Charley. They gonna have a meeting between him, Charley, and Nova and Ralph Angel, but she done invited him there a bit early because she wanted to kiss on him and apologize to him for standing him up on their real first official date. Well, child, he said he liked the way he liked them LA apologies, and tell her she can stand him up again if that's gonna be the results. But she says that she won't ever do that again. Remember, she said that. Now he tells her that he has to apologize to her as well. He had told Ralph Angel about her idea for the buying of the mill, and she kind of upset because she feel like she wanted to tell him in her time. In Charlie's eyes, Ralph Angel is still very immature, but Remy had to remind her, look, you haven't really been paying attention to Ralph Angel. He's come a long way. And, you know, regardless of what you may think, Charley, he comes up with some rather good ideas. You shouldn't just dismiss him like that. She can't see that right now. She thinks that he's still Ralph Angel of the old. She hasn't recognized that he has evolved a whole lot in just this season alone, okay? But he tells her regardless of what goes on, he will be there to support her regardless. Now, later on, we see the meeting happen. It's Ralph Angel and it's Nova there along with Remy and Charley. And Ralph Angel tell her that she needs to inform them when she makes decisions because they're all a part of, you know, the conglomerate that owns the land now. Nova agrees. She said she would appreciate if Charley would come forth and let them know. However, she has to tell her that she is very proud of her efforts and she thinks that this is probably going to work out, you know. So she's on board. Ralph Angel, he concerned about how it will go because he got Blue to be concerned. See, what they doing right now is going to possibly cost them some money. They could win and they could lose. And right now, gambling with the money is not something that he's willing to do considering that he's a father, you know. He want her to just go ahead on with the original plan. She don't really want to go along with that. He say she gambling with the money, but she convinced it's going to work. Remy explained that he set up a meeting with the other farmers, and if they fall in line, it could possibly work. Ralph asked why she can't just do the plan as they originally said, and she said that she wants to change how things go around there. As we all know, the Borderlines and the Landry have pretty much bought up all of the mills. So every farmer in that parish, in St. Joe's Parish, pretty much is under their, you know, under their control. They're allowing them to grind their cane, but they, you know, the 40-60 thing, honey. Them people really is some scams, okay? They all about making sure that their family remains filthy rich, and the farmers barely are being able to make their, you know, their financial obligations every season. So that's why she wants to do it. But Ralph Angel kind of scared to step out on faith when it comes to this situation. He say his daddy, he feel like his daddy wanted them to work their land and do the best they can. She said no. She feel like he wanted more than that. Ralph Angel wants to just do the simple thing. Just do what we got to do to harvest this and make a little money. Whereas Charley wants to, she's thinking bigger. He not accepting of the idea of it being like a business, a bigger business, because he fears what will happen. I'm recording. Anyway. So he gets aggravated, child, and he get up to leave. Now, Aunt Vi done been standing there, and she been listening to everything going on. And so she follows him outside. He thinking she trying to talk about him arguing with his sister. She like, baby, y'all gonna do that regardless. I'm not out here about that. I wants to know about Hollywood. Now, that's when he remembers that Hollywood had given him the divorce papers to give to Aunt Vi, and he explains to her that this is what Hollywood was doing the time that, you know, all that time he was here before he let you know. He was trying to solidify his divorce from old girl so that he could show you that he's a changed man. But he saw you down at the club, you know, popping pussy for, well, we don't know if it's a real nigga or not, so he a little upset. So he left. You know, so she goes in and she calls him and she's trying to explain to him that, you know, hey, I had some trust issues. I needed some time. Well, now the game done changed because he said he now needs time as well. He has taken on a longer period of time to be on the rigs. He's going to be gone for 6 months now. She asking him, well, why would you do that? He upset because he seen you with that man. She even went so far as to tell him, look, I was not, that man ain't mean nothing to me. We was just dancing. He said, okay, but you could tell he's still bothered by that. And he you know, he upset and he in his feelings. So he tell her he got to go and he hang up. See, women, let me tell you something. This is what you don't do. You got you a winner on your team. If he mess up, I understand. You got to let him know that you not the one. But what you don't want to do is overkill. See, Vi did a little bit of overkill, and as a result, she now, whereas he was in the doghouse, she kind of in there now. So she gonna have to figure that out next season, because we ain't hear nothing else about that. Now over at the house, you got Dawn-Lyen Blue working on his colors and stuff, and Ralph Angel there. They the old happy perfect family now, I guess. But she telling him he need to hurry up because it's almost time for the community trust meeting. But see, Ralph Angel don't want to go because he say Charley don't respect him, so there's no reason for him to even be there. But Darla has to remind him to Ralph, it ain't about her respecting you. It's about you respecting yourself. And he say she always say the right things. Where she tells him she loves him, and he responds back that he loves her. So I guess that's working. I had my suspicions about Darla, and I still do. But it looked like Darla is a good thing for him. It looked like she on the road to staying, clean. Ralph Angel look like he done changed from the little thief he was. So we gonna hope and pray going forward into season 2 that they remain the happy family that Daddy Borderline wanted Ralph Angel to have. And when you probably saying, what the fuck you mean? Keep watching the review, honey. I'm gonna explain it. Now Charley explaining the concept of what she trying to do with the meal to these other farmers and things. Basically, she won't change the game. For years, the Borderlines and the Boudreaux and the Landrys have monopolized the cane industry, basically, in that area. With this new idea of buying this mill, that she's going to put the capital up. She just needs them to invest and be willing to work with her. And she explaining it straight up. It's going to be some hiccups in the road. We're going to have our ups and our downs. But I feel that we can actually make this happen. Let's do it for the people who lost their lives trying to do this here. Okay? Those who have lost their lives, we owe them this to try to do better and come up under this regime that we seem to have been under for obviously decades. Okay, and it seemed like the farmers were pretty happy. They all seemed like they were on board, so this may actually come to fruition. It was a good thing. I said, okay then, all right, Charley, come through, you little business thing. You later on, Charley is thanking Remy for organizing that meeting, and since she ain't got no home of her own, she asked him, she said, I would say your place or mine, but I ain't got no place, so I guess it's gonna be yours. And as they're about to get ready to go on over there and do what grown folks do, Weston called. She walks off to go catch that call, and he wanted to meet up with her and discuss them as a couple. He asking, can they work on them again, and asks, is it possible? She actually says yes and agreed to meet up with him. When she go back to talk to Remy, and she asked him if she could just come by later, he probably overheard that and noted he heard that. That's kind of disappointing to him, so now he's shutting down. He tell her no, and he walk off. She need this money, she needs this to work, so she ain't got time to really stop and invest in trying to fix Remy's heart. She got to let that be and get on over there to West, and that's exactly what she do. She head to West. Not want to, but she needs him to agree to this deal with that team owner so they can, invest in that mill. She get there, and of course he trying to kiss on her, and immediately she walks away. As soon as he touched her, she act like he was diseased meat and walked away, child. He said he knew that it was too good to be true. He said she always 5 steps ahead of him, but he can tell that she don't really want to be back with him, He knew they wouldn't be able to reconcile. And so he not signing. She said, well, go ahead and do it for Micah. He say Micah don't want him right now, and he's probably better off with her and the family. She tells him, she said, let me tell you something. I loved you at one time. She said, I gave my life and made you my life unconditionally. And you are one of those men who too old to play the field, but don't know it. You think you looking cool, but people are actually laughing at you. She said she didn't want it to be this way, but he made his choice, and she left. Now Charley goes to see Felix Evans. That's Lena's husband. That's also Wes's homeboy and his teammate that she trying to get to sign with the Spartans. If he signed, him and this Felix and Wes work well together. They are like the dynamic duo. So she winds up finding him in a strip club, baby, getting lap dances and shit. And she says she there to tell him that tape gonna be leaked tomorrow. Now you and your wife think I'm something other to play with, but if you don't come on board, I promise you. And she started naming off names. First she gave the original, the government name, and then she gave him the stripper names that he know the girls by. And she tell him that every last one of them is ready to talk. Now, Melina might not can say nothing, the one y'all assaulted over there in Dallas, but these other people ready to say something about it. And if you don't sign with this team, then this here will be publicized by tomorrow. She said, now, if you go ahead and sign and put $5 million in my account, these names and these people will quietly go away. All you got to do is sign. If I'm not mistaken, she recorded that conversation they was having even right then and showed him that. She basically told him, if you don't want to feel my wrath, if you don't want me to make fiction reality, then you better do what I asked you to do, because I'm not playing here. I want you to sign with the Spartans, and I want $5 million put in my account. And all this needs to happen before you board your plane tomorrow. Now, you can play pussy, and I'll fuck you. What you gonna do? Child, he had that, as they used to say back in my day, he had the booty look. Child, you either get right or lose that career that you got, because if she leaked this information, you going down. Well, we see Charley later on checking the transfer of funds, and nothing has happened yet. So she a little concerned. But the team ought to call her and tell her, baby, guess what? You have done what you promised. He got both of those, Wes and old boy, done signed that damn agreement. And for her doing that, the owner had told her that he would give her a $5 million little check, and he telling her by the end of the week that money will be in her account. But she tell him, what I need you to do is I need you to wire $4 million in my account. I want you to take $1 million and send it to this non-profit organization that helps former sex workers, and put it in the name of that girl Melina that Wes had did all that shit too. Put it in her name, and team owner was cool with that. That's a tax deduction for him, so he ain't got no problem with it. Charley's a crafty cookie. You best to know she is. Now, Nova and White Chocolate Calvin, they out on the town. Remember, he say he doing things different. They gonna get out and enjoy each other. Ain't no more incognito. Well, as they dancing, having a good time, they decide to go over to the bar area and have them a little drink. When one of his fellow officers come over, and at first, oh boy, you know, we could tell he had a little liquid courage in it, but he was cool. And Calvin introduced, her, and once she said her damn name, he dropped her hand, talking about, I know who she is. That's that bitch from the Daily News. He told Calvin, so you gonna turn your back on your brothers in blue for this? I also heard that you left your wife. I see she must really be a nice piece of ass if you gonna do all of that, including turn your brothers. And of course, that's being very disrespectful to say. That ended old boy with an ass whooping and being kicked out of their establishment. See, child, it's power in that Godiva chocolate to make a man go crazy if you good with what you do. And Nova obviously is. Child, that liquid courage tend to get you that ass whooping that you get when you are completely out of line. So I was all the way here for that. But of course that upset her, okay? Now back at the house, Darla trying to get some, but something is blocking her from being able to reach up on this top shelf. It's a little box up there, and she can't reach it, so she called Ralph Angel to get it, and he helped her get it down, and neither one of them knew what that was. He had never looked up there to see that Daddy Bordelon had put that up there. So he opened it. And when he opened it, it's a letter addressed to Ralph Angel from Daddy Bordelon. It's his revised will that he did just a few months ago. And he said he made the decision to pass the land on to Ralph Angel, who needs it most. He said Ralph Angel is more than he know. Regardless of his past, he more than what he think he is, and he's smarter than he thinks. Now, while he reading off Daddy Bordelon revised will, we see Charley at that meal she finna buy, and she writing Queen Sugar in the dirt down there. Now, Daddy Bordelon had told Ralph Angel to use this land, build your home, raise your family. Enjoy this land as I did and as my parents before me did. A lot of sacrifices has gone, have been given for this land to remain with us. So you, being the person I know you are, handle this land. So now, child, unbeknownst to everybody, that will that the lawyer read ain't the last will. That's not the will that really counts. Daddy Bordelon had decided months prior to his death that he was actually going to give the land to Ralph Angel. So we gonna find out next season exactly what Ralph Angel plan on doing, because now he has the power to tell Nova and Charley, I don't want to hear this. We doing it this way, and he can, basically he can take over because his daddy did revise the will, leaving it to him. Okay. So that was it, y'all. I hope I gave you as thorough a review as I possibly could. This was a wonderful season finale. It didn't give us that much drama because I wanted to see if them Boudreaux and them Landers was gonna try to kick up some more. But I guess we'll see that in season 2. But this was a very good run. I enjoyed this show. Thank you all to everyone who has taken the time to stop by here and check out my reviews on it and get down in them panties and have discussions with me. Child, I am out this thing until Friday or Saturday, whichever day I can, because, child, I work 6 a.m. till for the next couple of days, so I don't know how this gonna work out, but I will be back, y'all, to get y'all Fuck Shit Friday. And remember, Fuck Shit Friday will include snippets of Love and Hip Hop New York. That's it. That's all, y'all. In the meantime, in between time, please like, comment, subscribe. Be sure to share this video on all of your social media sites. And I will see you guys again Friday or Saturday. Y'all be good to each other and be good to your damn self. Because self-preservation come first, bitch. You hear what I'm telling you? Self-preservation come first. I'm out. Peace.